This is one of the funniest self-owns I've seen for a long, long time. Fakebook axes team over far-right data. What the hell could this dumb headline be on about? Well, trust me, this is absolutely hilarious. What they decided to discard and why? Make sure you're sitting down as I go through this article, because otherwise you're going to fall over laughing and hurt yourself. Fakebook has disbanded one of its teams after the data they produced suggested that far-right commentators outperformed all other users. Woo, man, they really don't like the truth, do they? Fakebook executives, including Sir Nick Clegg, a former deputy prime minister, became concerned that the CrowdTangle tool was being used by journalists to produce embarrassing evidence that right-wing content was read more than anything else on the platform. So the cat was out of the bag that despite their efforts to control the narrative, to make it look like wokeness is the future and that's what everyone wants, their own publicly available tools have shown that even in the echo chamber of Fakebook, even if people don't say anything out of fear of being banned, everyone still prefers the content that you keep trying to demonize. So they had to shut the whole thing down. Like, this is such an embarrassing loss for them. It is just hilarious. The analytics tool is owned by Fakebook, but is available to the public, not anymore. It is one of the only ways for users to measure how well a post is doing in terms of being shared, commented on, liked, or receiving a reaction emoji. Clegg, Fakebook's VP of Global Affairs, told colleagues last September he was concerned our own tools are helping the journalists consolidate the wrong narrative, according to the New York Lies. Yeah, so this is actually where part of that narrative comes from, where, you know, the fake news sites and the legacy fake news media, how they're all on about how Fakebook is an alt-right, like Nazi echo chamber or something. The data they're using to back that up is the fact that despite Fakebook's efforts to ban them all, that's still the most popular content on the platform. CrowdTangle's data showed that in the US, the links posted on Fakebook to other websites which got the most engagement was to content by right-wing commentators such as Ben Shapiro and Fox News host Sean Hannity, and to right-wing sites including Breitbart and Newsmax. Now, I'll tell you the reason why. And it's the most logical conclusion you could reach. It's not so much that, oh, everyone on the platform is interested in that stuff, but very simple reason for this to be true. It's called censorship. Left-wing people don't need to constantly be concerned about what they post on Fakebook and constantly live in fear of being banned from it. Right-wing people, on the other hand, they have to heavily self-censor if they want to stay on the platform. So it's pretty common among the right to literally use these social media platforms as nothing but like advertising tools, really. Like, hey, look, I just wrote a new article, which I'd get in trouble if I posted here. So follow this link to my website where these idiots can't censor me and get my unfiltered views. The left doesn't have to do that. The left just outright copies and pastes their stuff on Fakebook and nothing happens to them. But the right, like, they know if they said the things they do on their personal sites on Fakebook, they'd probably get their accounts suspended. So they don't. Which is why people, if they want to see the uncensored content, they have to follow the links to leave the site. And that's literally all Fakebook is going to be good for. I mean, I think that's all it's good for now. Twitter is the same way. Don't use social media platforms to be social. That's not what they're for. Not for us, anyway. The only reason they exist is as marketing tools. That's it. So you do all your cool stuff off-site, and you use these social media publishers. Let's be honest, they're not platforms, they're publishers. But either way, you use them as free advertising to draw audience to your own stuff. Executives are understood to have become particularly worried about a list compiled by the New York Lies journalist Kevin Roose on Twitter each day, which showed the 10 public posts that earned the most Fakebook engagement as measured by CrowdTangle. The list was dominated by Shapiro Handy and the American far-right political commentator and conspiracy theorist Dan Bongino. So this article is from the lies.co.uk. So yes, it's another bitter and salty legacy fake news outlet. So of course they're going to have to smear their superiors. The links to a mainstream news site rarely made it into the top 10. Because people want the truth. They don't want propaganda and lies. Executives are worried that the data painted Facebook as a far-right echo chamber, according to the New York Lies. Managers were dispatched to argue with Roos on Twitter about his list, saying that the data was misleading. Man, why does this always happen? It's just like when some company makes a bot and they advertise like, oh, it's going to learn and be the most realistic bot ever. And then it learns some inconvenient truths and they shut it down. Like they literally lobotomize the freaking bot. That just kills the whole point of the experiment when that happens. But it's hilarious that these guys, they can't even entertain the notion that they're the bad guys, that they're wrong. Every time some impartial tool proves that they are the villains, do they do any self-reflection? No, the tool must be biased. We have to shut it down. Now, Brian Boland, former vice president in charge of partnership strategy, told the New York Lies, told a story they didn't like and frankly didn't want to admit was true. That last part, absolutely. They did not want to admit it, that despite their best efforts to censor this content, it was the most popular content on the site. Facebook has since reassigned dozens of CrowdTangle staff and moved it to Facebook's integrity team. Oh, God. Integrity, you mean propaganda and data manipulation team, which is trying to remove misinformation and hate speech from the platform. Okay, I see. So their next step, and I don't know this, I have no evidence of this, but just judging by previous patterns and my own speculation, what they're going to do is deboost all of these people like Ben Shapiro and Hannity and all them that keep making it into the top 10. They're going to stop sending out notifications. Like that's what YouTube did. You subscribed to a channel. You used to get notifications when that channel has new content. And then YouTube decided that, just because they clicked subscribe doesn't mean they want to see notifications or anything. And they added that notification bell. Oh, if you actually want to see notifications from the channel you subscribed to, you have to click that bell too. What the fuck's the point of just subscribe? Okay, fine. You click that bell. And now we're starting to notice that even the bell doesn't work. I think that's what Facebook is going to do here. Is they're just going to make it so like the people that follow Ben Shapiro are going to stop getting updates. And they might even outright hide his content. So maybe only half of his audience will be able to see it. They'll do that as a way to artificially reduce their numbers. Brandon Silverman, CrowdTangle's co-founder and chief executive, has been taking time off and no longer has a clearly defined role at the company, sources told the New York Lies. He's probably regretting selling out to Facebook, and he realized that his entire company is dead now. Hopefully he got a good payout. Facebook said our leadership is focused on addressing instances where our products or tools can do more. The reorganization was to better integrate CrowdTangle into the product team focused on transparency. And you do that by making it as untransparent as possible, as opaque as possible, huh? Typical Facebook. And they could get away with lying about this at Congress, too, because they own enough of the government, they can do what they want. Oh man, I am so excited to tell you guys right now that finally, after about a year of build-up and shilling, we have launched Blade Devil on Indiegogo, and so far it is doing so well thanks to awesome people like you. If you haven't backed it yet, then please check the links in the description and check out Blade Devil on Indiegogo. You will not be disappointed. Looking forward to seeing you there.